What's up, everybody? It's PK here, and Bungie just dropped some info on the Stasis Warlock Super that we are going to get in November. This is my first reaction to seeing everything that they've just uploaded. I hope you enjoy. Alright, the Shadebinder Warlock. Warlock Shadebinder. The staff sealed my hands in rhyme, and the song resonated through my flesh. I was its instrument, and it was mine. When we sang, "Be still to the world," it would obey. Super, Winter's Wrath. Summon a powerful stasis staff whose projectiles instantly freeze their targets. Detonate the staff's crystal to send a shockwave of destruction towards your frozen foes, shattering them in the process. That's cool. So that's exactly what I thought happened in the breakdown. Like, you freeze enemies with your stasis staff, and then you detonate it to like kind of shatter it, right? And then the melee is Penumbral Blast. Fire stasis energy from your staff and freeze opponents. Oh, it's like a one-time thing there. Oh, is that everything that we have here? Could have swore they uploaded more. Oh yeah, right here. Stasis Spotlight. Warlock Shadebinder. Ah, here it is. That's what we were looking for. Alright, Warlock Shadebinder, Fracture with Frost. Keen Masters of Destruction, launching projectiles, freezing as many enemies as possible, and shattering them all in one fell swoop. The Shadebinder ensures no foe is left standing. Alright, yeah, so the Shatter Shockwave, the Shadebinder detonates the crystal on their staff, creating a devastating shockwave that shatters all nearby frozen enemies. And the Penumbral Blast is fire stasis projectiles from the staff that explode on impact. Enemies hit by the crystalline shrapnel are immediately frozen solid. Oh. So just anything? That's just a melee? Oh no, what? That's the things that you can do with your super. You can either send out a blast to freeze enemies, and everyone hit by it is instantly frozen. And then the Shatter Shockwave, you detonate the crystal on your staff, creating a devastating shockwave that shatters all nearby frozen enemies. I love that, like, 1-2 thing going on there. It's Paul Tassi talked about this a couple days ago, saying that they might be bringing this mechanic from Anthem into the game. So, like, Anthem had this thing where you could prime and detonate enemies, and priming them would set them up, and then detonating them would do a decent amount of damage. And you could also combine this with other players in your party. Like, one player could prime an enemy, and then another player could detonate it. So it had this great synergy, and that seems what they're going for with at least the Warlock subclass. They might do that for more subclasses. But they got a small article here. Welcome to the first in a series of Stasis Spotlight articles, where we'll be taking a look at Stasis via each of the 3 Guardian classes in Destiny 2. Stasis is the first new elemental power to Destiny since the original trio of Arc, Solar, and Void. Its introduction in Beyond Light will have ramifications for players across all aspects of the game, from narrative to combat, to the way which players will customize their Guardians. Each Guardian class will feature a new Stasis subclass with Beyond Light, and as you might expect, each class will use Stasis in a unique way. Stasis is the domain of control, an elemental power that is less about outright aggression and more about careful control of enemy combatants in space. Sometimes even use the powers of Stasis in a defensive way. Hunters zipping by in the blink of an eye while slowing down opponents in stasis fields. Titans smashing the fist to the ground, launching jagged eruptions of stasis crystals from the earth. No matter which class you prefer, Stasis will change the way that you play Destiny 2. By commanding Stasis in Beyond Light, players will have access to new powers that change their approach to a fight. In combat, Stasis can manifest in multiple ways, including freezing or slowing opponents, creating crystalline stasis structures, and even shattering frozen combatants. This range of options give players more ability to control large-scale fights than ever before. Alright, this is a very cool image of the Warlock. At least I assume that's the Warlock, because it has the staff. No class embodies the concept of freezing better than the Warlock Shadebinder. Imbued by stasis energy, the Shadebinder can summon a stasis staff that fires projectiles which can freeze opponents, immediately rendering them immobile. The Shadebinder's Penumbral Blast melee attack is a quick burst of stasis energy that erupts from the staff and instantly freezes anyone it hits. From there, the Warlock can either deal with the frozen foes or leave them be and move on to more immediate threats. If you're looking to combine freezing with destruction, look no further than the Shadebinder Super, Winter's Wrath. Here, the Shadebinder summons their stasis staff and fires projectiles that instantly freeze opponents. The second stage begins, and the fight ends when the Guardian raises the staff, detonates its stasis crystal, and sends a devastating shatter shockwave that disintegrates nearby frozen opponents. That is awesome. Oh, shit, we got the customized screen. If you've played Destiny for long enough, you know that choosing the right subclass for each situation can be crucial for the outcome of a fight. Titans have their bubbles, Warlock have their wells, skilled Guardians know how important those abilities can be in a pinch. With Beyond Light and Stasis, we're giving you even more flexibility to customize your subclass to your style of play. I already like the way that this looks. Okay, so you got abilities and then aspects. So I assume that your abilities, like this is your like rift, this is your jump, this is your melee and your grenade, I guess. And then these are aspects, which I guess are extra perks. Each Stasis subclass in Beyond Light will give the players the ability to customize abilities like grenades, movement nodes, class abilities, and so on. In addition, we've added new layers of customization with the addition of aspects and fragments. Aspect manifests as physical items in the world, such as crystallized Vex Conflux or a robotic fallen arm, for example. When slotting in, aspects will offer players new abilities among other effects. Oh, that is awesome. These abilities can be mixed and matched freely by the player. Many aspects will have space for fragments to be slotted in. Oh my god. I love this. Ooh, my MMO fingers are tingling. Fragments are also physical items that you can discover in the world that, when applied to aspects, offer additional passive perks such as stat bonuses that may come in with penalties. Oh, my MMO hands are shaking right now. I love this. Aspect upgrades are unique to each Stasis subclass, while fragment slots are class agnostic. How players combine these two different types of upgrades will lead to a range of customization options. Alright, so one of these here is a Frost Pulse, which is a Stasis aspect. A Conflict's trapped motionless in crystal, infinite possibilities held in tranquil inertia. You unleash the darkness within, suspending your enemies in harrowing stillness. Casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants. So holy fuck, these are literally just exotic level perks that you can just add to your subclass. That is amazing. And then it has 2 extra fragment slots. The Whisper of Bonds, defeating frozen target with weapons grants you super energy. Okay, so these are just extra mods, basically. These are all just... The aspects are more like exotic perks, and the fragments are kind of like mods-ish. And yeah, so like this goes at the cost of intellect and discipline. That is awesome. For example, a Warlock finds a Frost Pulse aspect in the world and equips it. This aspect augments their Rift ability, which now freezes any enemies caught in the field. The Frost Pulse aspect also has a fragment slot available, allowing further customization. This Warlock decides to slot in the Whisper of Refraction fragment that replenishes some of their class ability energy upon shattering enemies. They now have set themselves up with a nice 1-2 punch, and if played skillfully, can use this combo frequently. Man, this is what I've always wanted in this game. I've wanted this for years. With its focus on freezing and shattering, the Shadebinder subclass promises to give Guardians yet another reason to love their floaty, book-loving Warlocks. But no matter what class you like, all players will be able to take advantage of aspects and fragments that unlock even more ways to make your Guardian yours. In our next article, coming this Thursday, 2 days, we'll be pointing at the Stasis spotlight at the class that loves to punch first and ask questions later, the Titan Behemoth. In the meantime, check out the Stasis Hub page to learn more about Stasis. Alright, and I believe that they also did in fact upload a YouTube video. They did. Alright. Let's check that out. It's a 39-second trailer. It's fairly short. Man, I love that intro. It's the same footage. Yeah, it's the same footage. It's still fucking cool, though. Still amazing. Love that. Alright, so we're getting more info on the Titan next Tuesday. we'll obviously be reacting to it the same way as we did now. But just to quickly go back to this page, the way that you're able to customize your subclass like that is amazing. It's something that I've wanted in this game for years. Destiny 1 had sort of stuff like this with, multiple different perks that you could select from. It was pretty open and free, but this is much different where you can, slot things in and then slot in extra mods and upgrades that may have a stat penalty or maybe even increase your stats. This is much better than what I expected this to be, because I expected it to be akin to Destiny 1, maybe with a couple more restrictions to it, but no, this is much more open. And I've the beautiful thing about this is that they can always add more aspects and fragments to the game. So like a new season could bring a new aspect that you can find somewhere in the world and you can slot in your subclass. The subclasses aren't one and done things. Like, they don't ship now and Beyond Light and don't go through any more major perk changes unless a big balance change is needed. Now it's just, we've introduced 3 new fragments, 1 for each class, that you can slot in, and it gives you this extra bonus perk. They can do that at any given time, which is amazing, and I hope that they will do that. They've also said that they wanted to rework the Arc, Solar, and Void subclasses if this one was successful, to which I say, please do. Please just give Arc, Solar, and Void this treatment. I haven't played with it yet, but I already know that this is going to be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. They said check out the Stasis Hub, so I'm quickly going to check if there's anything new here. I don't believe so. I believe it's just this, with a nice little background animation. But I believe that's it. And then the Titan and the Hunter will open up later in the week. Oh, yeah, the Warlock Shadebinder was added as a trailer in here now. It's the same video, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's going to do it for my reactions on the Warlock Super, the Shadebinder. Really excited for how this is all going to work out. If you want to see more content, you can definitely subscribe down below. You can also catch me live on Twitch. Link is on screen and in the description below. And we're going to, as I said, do the same thing with the Titan and the Hunter next week. So if you're looking forward to those videos, hit the little bell so you know when those come out. That's going to do it for me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.